Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reacts where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Tyeon titled We Know How to Party. And if we switch it over to here, this is not the first time I reviewed Tyeon's music, but it's going to be good to check out more. And we're going to listen through that from start till finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, we know how to party, let's do it. I like the sound of those keys. They're compelling.
I'm good, I'm great. Got the spotlight on me every day. They said I couldn't make it, look at me now. I'm turning up, gonna dance like here and now. Singing how to party, yeah, we know how to party. I'm a party up, but I'ma turn it up. Getting all spotlight, that's what I like. And I'm a party up, had a time of my life.
I mean, it's really pretty sounding.
Top is the only thing I know. I knew I would be here when I started from the go. I came up all the way, the spotlight is on me. I'm living my best life. I'm the best, I stay working hard. My music played around the world. Everything I do, I'm making big moves. Every song I post is reaching big views. I stay being me, I do this all the time singing. I'm good, I'm great. Got the spotlight on me every day. They said I couldn't make it, look at me now. I'm turning up, gonna dance like here and now. Singing how to party, yeah.
I mean, it's great to see him having a great time, you know?
Party up, I'ma turn it up. Getting all spotlight, that's what I like. And I'ma party up, had a time of my life, yeah. How to party, yeah. We know how to party.
Are we adjusting key layers at this point?
Getting all spotlight, that's what I like. And I'm a party up, had a time of my life, yeah. How to party, yeah, we know how to party. I'm a party up, but I'ma turn it up. Getting all spotlight, that's what I like. And I'm a party up, had a time of my life, yeah.
Cool, and then we've got the silver play button at the end. So I think we understand what this track is about, and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. Because welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Tyeon titled We Know How to Party. Now, first of all, what do I think this track is about? I think this is about someone who is looking back on their time, their career, their sort of development as a human being. And I get the impression from the story that Tyeon is discussing the fact that people did not think that they'd be able to get to where they were in their place. And I think that they're sort of celebrating, like you see like the YouTube plaques and everything like that. You get the impression that they're celebrating and they're sort of like talking about how, just having a good time with it, just having fun with that, being sort of grateful for their success, but also saying, I did this and you need to understand that I've managed to pull this off. So that's what this track is about. I think that there are going to be people that both, you know, if they support Tyeon, will sort of celebrate the fact that they've gotten to this milestone, this point of accomplishment and sort of like self-fulfillment. And there'll also be another group of people who listen to this and they'll go, oh, I can relate to feeling happy with what I'm doing in my life. And so I'm going to sort of also share this person's sort of fellow success and be happy for them too. So I feel like the story is accessible. One of the things I enjoyed about this track was the relative simplicity of the vocal performance. There we had these vocal melodies that never overeat the pudding or oversaturated, or there was like an attempt, like a successful attempt to create these melodies that harmonize really neatly over the rather complicated backing arrangement of parts. But we weren't trying to sort of like overdo it. It just effectively, it was meant to sort of be catchy and easy to follow along to. And because the track was short, it didn't ever sort of like seem like it was going on too long. There's enough variation throughout. I also like the fact that the vocals kind of came off to allow time for the lead sort of synthy kind of part in the later half to kind of move forward whilst Tyeon was dancing. I genuinely feel like there was a good level of self-awareness here, and the performance in general, as well as the way it was expressed, even if it was not trying to, I feel like the expression was both appropriate and sort of successful in that regard. With, you know, it's good. They sounded like they were enjoying themselves. In addition to that, I hear this and I actually appreciate the backing arrangement itself. It's so colorful with the mixture of different key parts. You know, the bass and drums sort of trendy, sort of like moving the things forward, having a good sense of groove to it with like the different sort of eighths and sixteenths and stuff like that. And the kind of more contemporary sort of tone of those sort of distorted 808s there with a bit of force and pull behind them. But it's also the color of those various sort of key harmonies, the piano chords, the extensions there, but typically working towards more of a kind of a majorous feel there with a bit of warmth in that sort of overall sort of like progression. But it's also the fact that we had this really sort of fun lead part later on that I talked about previously with the space from the vocals there. We were sort of celebrating and just having fun with this. And it sounded like we wanted to have a sort of a like more kind of mid to upper resonance there to sort of insinuate that there was a sort of like a euphoria that we're feeling about where we were at. And also just kind of sounds like there's a sense of like innocence, like this is simply just to celebrate a victory to a certain extent. Like we're not trying to sort of like prove a point. It's just more that we're just happy with what's going on. We're just kind of bouncing around and having fun. And then the final thing that I kind of dig, and this isn't something I'd usually sort of say, but I kind of appreciate the way it's been produced. Now, when I listen to the backing instrumental, even though I appreciate a lot of what's going on there in regards to the layering and the choices there structurally at 2 minutes is well done, there's parts which sound like they've been very, very pushed in the master chain. So it sounds like the 808s, for example, are just being eviscerated by the limiter. And I think this almost sort of creates a sort of a video gamey kind of sound or tone to it, where it almost seems like it's a game that we've won, if that makes sense. So I kind of feel like the filtering of it, because in these headphones, there's quite a lot of high-end resonance. I'm not sure if I'd be expecting more low-end from those 808s and stuff like that. There's bass, but not as much as I'd usually expect. So I kind of wonder, it's almost like it's a mixture of like a sort of a video game aesthetic with the way things are produced with like sort of like a lo-fi feel, combined with almost a certain feeling with the filtering of the pianos and stuff like that. This is sort of almost sort of like an intermission or something like that, you know, almost like we're waiting on the next chapter, sort of going and sort of do things and sort of and celebrate ourselves more. I feel like ultimately this is a song where if you like Tyeon and what they're doing with their music, you'll be happy with it. And it sounds like they've had people in their life who have not always been supportive, and I am hoping they'll be happy for them now that they've found their place. In terms of thing I do to sort of improve this, I do still feel like it might not have been good for it just sounds like some of the elements in the backing arrangement had been a bit too squeezed. Like there wasn't enough dynamic range in those backing elements of some of the stuff, some of the instruments there. Although it could just be a stylistic decision at the same time to have them sound like that. So it's a tricky thing. I'm not sure. I feel like for the type of sound that Tyeon is going for, it works. I think this is a good effort. This is my review of this track from an ex named Tyeon, titled We Know How to Party, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show him some love via the various social medias and the YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next SB Reacts. Spiderhands out.